Hi, I'm attorney Ben Schwartz, and today we have a special guest, Kathy Jennings. I asked Kathy to come on video with us and let me interview her. And Kathy is here because she's running for Attorney General of the state of Delaware. Kathy's a good friend of mine. I've known her for many years, litigated cases against her. And Kathy, I want to just say thanks for coming on and letting me interview you. It's quite a pleasure. And I'm going to run through a couple questions, but before I do, I would like you to introduce yourself to the folks that are watching and tell them, why are you running for Attorney General of the state of Delaware?
Thank you, Ben.
Sure.
My name is Kathy Jennings. I have never run for office before, but I am running now because I want to make Delaware a safer place for all of us to live, to work, and most importantly, to raise our children. I want a criminal justice system that is fair and equal to everyone, regardless of race, regardless of the size of our pocketbook, and regardless of the place where we live. I want to give a helping hand to people suffering from addiction and not a prison cell. And I am running for office because the federal administration in Washington, D.C. is threatening our hard-fought constitutional and civil rights. As Attorney General, I will protect those rights strongly.
What is your why? What is the reason that motivates you? Why are you running for AG?
I'm running for Attorney General because I believe that justice must be fair. And I believe that an experienced leader who has worked in the justice system, who has sought change successfully, and who has supervised trial attorneys who work in the Attorney General's office is in the best position to lead that office as we go forward to make the changes that need to be made in our state.
You know, that, Kathy, that answer sort of leads into my next question. And one of the things that I feel very strongly about is that the Attorney General's office is a law firm, and some of the finest, highest level trial lawyers in the state of Delaware are in that law firm. And I know what it takes to be a leader of trial lawyers, and it's not easy. My question to you is, what makes you feel that you are qualified to be a leader of high-level trial lawyers? What gives you the confidence to lead that office?
I have spent my career in the pursuit of justice. And I believe that in order to lead other people who are pursuing justice, that leader must have walked the walk and worked in the trenches from the ground up to gain the trust and respect of those the Attorney General will be leading. I began my career in the Attorney General's office, and I tried misdemeanor cases. I was the second woman in the criminal division of the entire office. It was an all-male law enforcement world when I began. But I worked my way up. I tried misdemeanors in the Court of Common Pleas. I protected victims of domestic violence by taking those cases to trial. I tried rape cases, joined the first ever rape unit, and then tried homicide cases, including Delaware's only serial killer. There is no case I would ask a prosecutor to try that I have not myself tried. And so I think leadership begins with gaining respect within the office, that you can take the office in the direction you believe it needs to go in, and people will follow you because they know that you've done that work.
Kathy, if you are elected Attorney General, what changes, if any, do you plan to make?
That's a broad question, Ben. There are so many things I would like to do. So let's start inside the office. The first thing I would do is make sure that our hardworking prosecutors and other people in the office got out from behind their desks and into our communities and started listening to the people we serve to solve problems at a very grassroots level. We started that under the leadership of Attorney General Beau Biden with the Crime Strategies Unit, and I want to broaden that to be a statewide unit where in each and every community in our state, we are in regular communication with the people we serve so that we can help them directly. There are many aspects of the criminal justice system that I perceive to be, and I know to be, unfair to people of color and also to people without means. For example, I want to change the bail system because you shouldn't sit in a prison cell awaiting trial because you are poor. We need to eliminate cash bail because it is a system that imprisons poor people before they are ever found by a court of law to be guilty. I want to stop the unjust stacking of minimum mandatory sentences so that years in jail matter more than individualized justice. I want to make sure that people who do go to prison have the necessary tools inside prison and coming out of prison to become productive members of society. Right now, Delaware has a very high incarceration rate. Yet at the same time, we have a recidivism rate that is 75%. That means that everyone coming out of prison, 75% of those people will be rearrested for a serious crime within 3 years. That's unacceptable. And I want to change a system that is broken.
Let me ask you a question. It's something that has gotten a lot of attention over the years, over the recent years. But what is your position on the death penalty in Delaware?
It's a good question and a very important one for everyone in the state of Delaware, indeed throughout our nation. I've struggled over the years with the issue of the death penalty, as I'm sure many people in this state have. There is the morality of whether to seek a death sentence, and there is also whether a death penalty in our state has made us safer. Does it, in fact, act as a deterrent? And there were times when, as a prosecutor, I tried capital cases, including the serial killer Stephen Brian Pennell, who abducted, tortured, and murdered 5 women. I investigated that case and I prosecuted that case. It was a capital case. I have also represented a man on death row. And so I have seen very up close and personal the struggles that people have with the death penalty in a very real way. Most importantly, I have sat with the family members of victims of murder and seen them at their worst moment in their lives when they've lost a loved one near and dear to them. I have felt their pain, although I have not known the deep and agonizing pain that they endure. Having said that, I know ultimately, based on my experience with the death penalty, that it doesn't work. We have had a death penalty in Delaware and it has not made us safer. It has not acted as a deterrent to crime and it has not been effective. For that reason, I am opposed to the death penalty. Right now, we do not have a death penalty as our Delaware Supreme Court has ruled the former death penalty unconstitutional. And I will oppose efforts to bring it back, should those efforts take place.
Well, Kathy Jennings, it's been an honor to interview you today. I really appreciate you coming on our little blog and answering questions. And folks, I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. This is Kathy Jennings, again running for Attorney General of the state of Delaware. Thanks for watching.
And thank you, Ben. I really appreciate the time and thought you put into this. And I want to say to everyone out there, please vote. The primary is on September 6th, which is a Thursday this year. And the way we make change is with the power of your vote. I hope I can count on your vote, but regardless, please vote. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Good.